What's wagging, dog lovers? It's Zach from the Pampered Pup. It's wicked floppy out here today, but regardless, I'm gonna do this Wagz Freedom collar review.
When I first saw the Wagz Freedom collar in August of 2021, I was shocked by the low price tag compared to other GPS dog fences. And lucky for me, the Wagz is the only shock-free GPS dog fence. I could use a break. But is the Wagz Freedom collar the right choice for your dog? If you're looking for a GPS dog fence to reliably alert your pup and help them stay in a defined boundary every single time, then you should check out the Spot On. It's the only GPS dog fence I've used that's accurate enough to get the job done. While the Wagz has geofencing capabilities and it will alert your dog when they've strayed far from the boundaries, I don't think it holds the line quite as tight, and I'll show you my field testing in just a bit here. But you can still boundary train your dog with the Wagz, and I think making it shock-free was a smart choice. And beyond that, the Wagz offers GPS tracking and activity monitoring. Keeping track of your dog's steps, walks, and sleep patterns can definitely be useful for pet parents. And the price, it's hard to beat. It's over $1,000 cheaper than the Spot On at the time that I'm filming. Make that price even better by using my link in the description of this video. It'll automatically apply an exclusive discount for our viewers. But for now, let's dive in and see what's in the box.
All right, so we have here the Wagz Freedom collar, and we're just gonna unbox it and see what's inside. Here's the front. That's cellular enabled, subscription required, sold separately. Here is the side, company information, what's in the box. So let's take a look at what's inside the box here. So this is the collar, and as you can see, there is no actual collar. This just goes on to your dog's existing collar. Basically how that would work is probably best to do it when it's actually on your dog, but this little clip slides right there, and that's how it works. It does have a removable rechargeable battery here, which is very nice, I believe. All right, so what else is in here? Well, we have an extra battery, which is really great. You can be charging this battery while you're using the collar. This is the charging block, actually. That's pretty cool. And it goes on just like this. And this is the charger here. So what's nice about this collar is it's definitely really nice and lightweight compared to other GPS collars out there. Obviously, it doesn't come with its own collar, which, you know, in a lot of cases, I think that's kind of a benefit of it, as opposed to the other collars. So your dog doesn't have to wear two. But let's go ahead, we'll get this charging here. And in a bit, we'll come back and we will set it up. So that'll be charging in the meantime.
All right, so now let's set up the collar. First, you want to download the Wagz app and create an account. You'll also need to sign up for a subscription, and you'll want to sync your collar to the app and connect to your Wi-Fi. After downloading any software updates, you'll be prompted to add your pet. You'll upload a photo and input their name, breed, and gender, and quite a bit more information, actually. I'm guessing Wagz uses numbers like their height and their weight to calculate their health and happiness score. They even ask you to characterize your dog's temperament by choosing character traits from an extensive list, which I found was fun at the very least. The whole process took me 10 or 15 minutes or so, and once I was set up, I was ready to make my first fence. To create geofences for the Wagz, you basically tap your phone screen to drop posts and establish a perimeter. And then you can tap and hold each fence post and drag to edit the perimeter as needed. Then just make sure that your geofence is active and that geofences are turned on in your dog's collar. Alright, so now we can give this geofence a try. So in my tests, the Wagz seemed a bit slow with location updates, and it didn't always alert when the collar was outside of the boundaries. Perhaps it had something to do with my somewhat weak cell signal, as Wagz does mention on their website that this can cause issues.
So what I'm finding with the Wagz here is that it's really quite jumpy. It's not holding to the location very strongly at all. And it's definitely not holding any sort of fence boundaries. And now it says I'm out. That's what it looks like when it says I'm out. So it does in fact work when the app's not running. I guess what the problem is that, you know, the app connectivity is not so great. And that's what it looks like. It just starts alerting as soon as you cross the border. And now we're back in, so we got the green there. So there's no warning at all. It just goes right to vibration and alerting as soon as, you know, as soon as your pet crosses the border. That's how it works. I think, you know, a warning system would probably be a little bit more effective, a little bit more useful. That's what the other products tend to do. Just a word on the GPS signal there. Basically what the app is telling me is that it's not able to find the collar using the GPS. I'm guessing that's because I have a bit low cell service here. You know, I had like 1 or 2 bars kind of going in and out. You know, it's a little strange because I'm not really that far away. You can hear, you know, the highway roaring here. I'm in a dog park, but not all that far from where, you know, tons of people live here in Boston. I can definitely make calls with the cell coverage I have, but apparently it's not enough for the Wagz here. So something to keep in mind. May not work so well in wooded areas that tend to be a little bit more remote. Doesn't seem to bode too well for the Wagz as a geofence, although there's a lot more that the Wagz does in terms of activity monitoring. It does, I'm sure, give you a sort of GPS location, which is just not necessarily So reliable, not necessarily updating all that quickly, tends to, kind of go in and out, I'm guessing, if you have low cell service.
Keep in mind though, I conducted this test just 7 miles from downtown Boston, or about 13 minutes driving without any traffic, which never happens. So this is a fairly populated area. I was also curious if the overcast was impacting the performance of the GPS signal. So I went back on a clear day to test the Wagz side by side with the Spot On and the Halo collar. Stay tuned for that video, but to sum it up, I didn't see all that much difference with clear skies. With proper techniques, you can still boundary train your dog to use the geofences, and if they wander too far, the Wagz will alert them. It just might not be immediate. Beyond that, the Wagz is great for keeping tabs on your dog's location, monitoring their activity, and even keeping them illuminated at night. If what you're really looking for is a relentlessly reliable GPS dog fence, then check out the Spot On. I'll leave my review of the Spot On playing right here. But the Wagz Freedom collar is over $1,000 cheaper than the Spot On, and it brings a lot to the table for pet parents. So if you decide to choose the Wagz for your pup, remember to use my link in the description of this video to automatically apply an exclusive discount for our viewers. Thanks for watching, and keep those tails wagging.